Your 50s and 60s may be the only stretch of life when three valuable things overlap: enough money to make real choices, enough health to use those choices, and enough control to decide what the next chapter looks like. The danger is treating those years as a waiting room for retirement. People in their 70s rarely wish they had spent more time perfecting a spreadsheet or proving they could endure one more exhausting year. They tend to remember the trip they kept postponing, the friend they stopped calling, or the body they assumed would always cooperate. This is not an argument for quitting tomorrow or spending recklessly. It is about protecting the brief overlap between time, health, and money before one of those three becomes harder to replace. And the lesson that matters most comes near the end, because it explains why someone can retire with enough money and still feel that something important is missing. Start with the window itself. A person at 58 can easily think, "I will do that after work slows down." The walking trip can wait. The long visit with family can wait. The hobby that requires a strong back and steady knees can wait. The problem is that life rarely announces when an activity has moved from easy to difficult. Retirement planning usually treats time as one long, equal block. It is not. 10 years on paper may contain very different kinds of years. The earlier ones may support long travel days, unfamiliar cities, demanding projects, and spontaneous changes. Later years may still be rich and meaningful, but the choices can become narrower. So do not save every active experience for a date on a calendar. Choose the things that depend most on your current energy and move some of them forward. That might mean taking the physically demanding trip before the luxury cruise. It might mean spending a season near grandchildren while they are still young enough to want you there. This does not require blowing up the retirement plan. It requires admitting that $1 spent at 60 can sometimes buy something $1 at 78 cannot. That leads to a harder question. What are you doing now to protect the health that makes those years usable? Health is often discussed like a future medical expense. In retirement, it is also a form of access. Strength determines whether you can carry groceries, get off the floor, or manage stairs without help. Balance affects whether an ordinary fall becomes a life-changing event. Stamina decides whether a day out feels enjoyable or punishing. The useful goal is not to become a different person overnight. It is to stop treating physical capacity as something that can be rebuilt later with money. A portfolio can pay for a gym membership, a therapist, or better food. It cannot purchase 10 years of neglected movement all at once. Build a routine you could realistically keep when work ends. Walk at the time you expect to walk in retirement. Add strength work that makes daily life easier. Protect sleep instead of treating exhaustion as proof that you are still productive. The trade-off is obvious. Time used for health cannot be used for another meeting, another favor, or another hour of income. But the risk on the other side is larger, reaching financial freedom with less physical freedom than the plan assumed. Sometimes the best financial decision in this stage is not earning more. It is buying back the hours you are wasting. Think about the tasks that consume a Saturday but add nothing to the life you are trying to build. A repair you hate doing. A chore that leaves you sore for 2 days. Paperwork that you keep delaying because it drains your attention. Paying someone else is not automatically wise. If money is tight, the math may not work. But when the budget is strong, outsourcing the wrong task can be a better use of retirement wealth than buying another object. You are not purchasing laziness. You are purchasing time while time is still usable. There is a simple test. After the task is gone, what replaces it? If the answer is another afternoon scrolling on the phone, keep the money. If the answer is movement, family, recovery, or work that genuinely matters to you, the purchase may be doing more than saving time. This is also where learning to say no becomes financial planning. Every unnecessary commitment spends a piece of the same limited resource. Earlier in life, saying yes may have built the career. Later, constant yeses can keep the career from ever releasing you. The next trap looks like enjoyment, but often turns out to be compensation. Imagine finally reaching the point where you can afford the dream car, the larger house, or the expensive watch. The plan says you can buy it. The account barely notices. For a few weeks, the purchase feels like proof that the work meant something. Then it becomes normal. There is nothing wrong with owning something beautiful. The question is whether you want the experience or the identity attached to it. One practical way to find out is to rent the experience before buying the symbol. Drive the car for a month. Stay in the larger home for a season. Try the boat without adopting its maintenance schedule. The risk of buying is not only the money, it is using retirement capital to repair a feeling the purchase was never designed to fix. Status can imitate relevance for a while, especially when a job title is beginning to fade. But the excitement usually weakens faster than the insurance bill. Spend freely on what continues to improve the day after the novelty ends. Be slower with anything that mostly looks impressive from across the street. Money can also become a reason to postpone living, even when the numbers already work. Some people keep working because another year genuinely protects the plan. Others keep working because the habit of accumulation feels safer than the unfamiliar act of using what they built. The finish line moves from 62 to 64, then to 66, without a clear benefit that anyone can name. This is where a retirement plan needs an enough rule. Decide what condition makes the next step acceptable. It could be a monthly income level, a healthcare date, or a reserve that protects several difficult years. Once the condition is met, continuing should be a choice, not a reflex. An enough rule also makes spending less frightening. The household knows which bills are protected and which experiences the plan was built to support. Without that line, every enjoyable purchase can feel like theft from an older version of yourself. That rule only works when it is built from real spending. Follow the household money for a full year before the paycheck stops. A quiet month can hide property taxes, travel, repairs, gifts, and medical costs that arrive irregularly. Retirement often creates new spending because weekdays are suddenly available. The purpose of tracking is not to shame every restaurant meal. It is to know what the life actually costs before you ask a portfolio to fund it. Now the issue becomes less financial and more personal. Who are you when work is no longer introducing you? A career can quietly absorb most of a person's identity. It supplies goals, status, people, urgency, and a reason to get dressed before breakfast. Remove it in one afternoon, and the calendar may be free while the person feels strangely erased. Do not wait for retirement to discover what still feels like you. Revive an interest before the final paycheck. Join the group while you still have work stories to tell. Let a part of your week belong to something that cannot promote you, evaluate you, or send you an email marked urgent. The point is not to stay permanently busy. It is to make sure freedom has somewhere to land. Relationships need the same preparation. Work creates repeated contact without asking permission. You see the same people, share small frustrations, and hear about their lives. Retirement removes that structure quickly. A friendship that depended on the hallway may disappear when the hallway does. Reach out before you need the relationship to carry loneliness. Put recurring contact on the calendar. Reconnect with the person you keep remembering but never call. Build a social life that does not depend entirely on your spouse, your children, or one annual holiday. Connection is not a soft extra added after the financial plan. It affects whether retirement feels secure, useful, and worth protecting. A large account cannot notice that you have not spoken to anyone all week. And now we reach the lesson that changes the others. The missing piece is not more leisure. It is a life that already knows how to function without the job. If retirement is only an escape from stress, rest will feel wonderful at first. Then Monday becomes Tuesday. Tuesday becomes Wednesday, and nothing in the week asks anything meaningful from you. Unlimited freedom can become shapeless surprisingly fast. Purpose does not have to mean launching a business or volunteering 40 hours a week. It can be a person who relies on you, a skill you are still improving, a project with a finish line, or a place where your absence would be noticed. This is why the earlier lessons matter together. Health keeps the options open. Money makes the options affordable. Boundaries create time. Relationships make the time human. Purpose gives it direction. That is the overlap worth protecting. This month, do not redesign your entire life. Move one delayed experience onto the calendar. Remove one obligation that no longer deserves the time. Strengthen one relationship before retirement is asking it to do more work. Then ask yourself a harder question. Which part of the overlap feels most scarce right now? Time, health, or money? Put your answer in the comments, along with the one change you are making this year. Next, we are looking at a claim that sounds almost irresponsible. Retiring at 65 can be a huge mistake. We will examine why 65 became the default finish line, who may benefit from leaving earlier, and when waiting is still the safer decision. The goal is not simply to reach retirement. It is to arrive with enough life left to use it.